Hi, my name is Stella Reitz. I'm 19 years old and I am involved with the horsemanship program. I'm a wrangler, volunteer, student, I do a lot. Horses have kind of always been therapy for me. I've had them in my life, my entire life. Being neurodivergent, autistic, and not correctly diagnosed until I was 16, I was misunderstood by most people in my life. You know, I communicate really differently, but being around horses, none of it mattered. They couldn't yell at me for not following social norms or reject my friendship. It's one of the only places still where I can go and just be completely free of how people see me, because it doesn't matter. Horses have saved my life several times, probably. I've often felt like there's a really big divide between me and a lot of other humans, especially growing up. And that kind of really wrecks with your sense of self. You start thinking, you know, if I was different, if I were not me, if I were not here, maybe things would be better. And I fell into that hole several times, and every time it was horses that pulled me out. And when I got kind of lifted enough out of that hole, there was always somebody that I cared about there to, you know, help pull me all the way up. But it was always horses that started it. And I wouldn't be alive and I wouldn't be who I am today if it were not for horses.
So my name is Shelby Janes. I am 26 years old and my current role is the Summer Horsemanship Director. So I am in charge of making sure the summer camps run smoothly and well and overseeing the staff. So I came to know Stella about 7 years ago in 2015. I was working summer camps then as well, not in the capacity I am now. I was teaching vaulting at the time, and she had come to a vaulting camp. And I met her there as a camper at her first Warm Beach vaulting camp. So when I first met Stella, she was very energetic, and she's still energetic, which I love about her. She was always a deep thinker, and she would go back and forth between being that very energetic personality and that very, very deep thinker. And so I really enjoyed talking with her, and I felt like I could be really open about some of my backstory as well at the time, because she is actually a very good listener. She's very empathetic in some ways, especially when it comes to the horses. Stella, for sure, when I first met her, she was discovering who she was and wasn't sure who she was and felt very misunderstood. And since then, it's been amazing to see her go through some really hard things and some really good things too. And she has allowed those things to shape her and help her learn about who she is. Because of that, she is one of the most confident young adults I know personally in this present moment, because she allowed those hard things and those good things to shape her.
Over my time here, I've gotten to both participate in activities and volunteer. Being able to be a student, like I've gotten to learn and grow with, you know, the guidance of the staff in my relationships with humans, with horses, with God, which has been really nice. And as an instructor and volunteer, especially as I've gotten older, I've gotten to kind of pass on that warmth and that care that I felt from the staff when I first started coming to camp. And that has also been really incredibly healing in its own way, to be able to watch these kids kind of both literally and figuratively like grow up and develop their own identities like I was able to, and to get to be a part of helping that happen for other people has just been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I'm just incredibly grateful. You know, horses have there's no part of me that horses haven't molded or shaped in one way or another. And Warm Beach has been a really big part of that. And I am really glad that I get to be part of it. There's no home without Warm Beach in it for me.